I watched this woman. She was 104 years old, I believe. Over 100 years old. She's the oldest living survivor of the Tulsa, Oklahoma race massacre. And I watched her testify. And one thing that stood out to me was that there wasn't many people at that her testimony. That bothered me a little bit, but her name is Viola Fletcher. And I was like, I've heard many stories of oppression. My mom, who's my grandmother, she told me many stories of her oppression, and that was back in the '60s. You know, the well, white people call it the good old days. I listened to Miss Fletcher, and it broke me, man. I got choked up listening to her, the description of what happened to her as a child. And I remember watching Watchmen, and I didn't know that not saying that, the Watchmen series with Regina King is, an accurate depiction of what actually happened or anything like that. But I remember the airplane flying around, gunning down black people, and I was like, why did they put an airplane going around, flying around, gunning down black people? And the creator of the show said that's actually what happened. And Viola Fletcher, she was testifying about all these different atrocities that happen around her, and she's asking for some sort of justice to be done. And her family members asking for justice to be done. She's never been compensated for all that they lost financially and emotionally, and the trauma that they caused her and her family. They didn't just cause that trauma fiscally and emotionally to her. That shit ingrained in that woman's DNA, and it trickles down. I don't think anybody that's not black can actually comprehend what I'm trying to say. The trauma that we've endured as people trickles down, and it's something that can be related when you see the stories and stuff like that. You learn about it for the first time when you're exposed to it. But it's something else too, because black people, their grandmas and stuff like that, tell the stories to their children. And when my mom tells me the stories about the oppression that she had to deal with, and the attacks that she suffered, it it changes you on a molecular level. It fuses to your chromosomes. It really does. And you carry that with you. If that makes sense to anybody that's not African American, I hope that can make. I just when I say something like that, I want y'all just to take like a second to think about what I'm trying to say. Not anything else. Not focusing on side distractions around what I'm trying to say. Just think about the trauma that somebody else that you loved and care about that created you, or is one of the reasons why you are here, or somebody that you really value, and the trauma that they're telling you about this traumatic experience, and that it happened to their parents, and then it happened to their parents' parents, and it happened to their parents' parents' parents, and and they're telling you this, and they're telling you it's gonna be different, but it's gonna happen to you. That shit sticks with you. It sticks with you. And listen to Viola Fletcher testify. How has she not been compensated? Those people, if Tulsa, Oklahoma massacre never would have happened, those people, those families, Viola Fletcher would be a billionaire. if her business was still, if her family's business was still successful today. Those people there, they're running. They called it the Black Wall Street. Those people would be billionaires by now. There'd be a lot more African American billionaires. Supposedly. And that bothers me. It bothered me listening to her testify.